Hey there, it's Wasted Potential 616 back again, and it's been a while. Sorry I've been a while, but I don't know, all sorts of things have been complicated in my life at the moment. My lovely girlfriend moved in, so I managed to fit all of my stuff and all of her stuff into this room, having to throw away a lot of things, but not one comic. That was an important thing. And I've had various other things going on in my life, so I'm sorry about the lack of videos, and I'm sure no one really gave a shit anyway, but here I am. Anyway, so yeah, I've been having trouble getting to the comic shop because I've torn a ligament in my foot. Ooh. But yeah, and once again, probably no one gives a shit about that either, so let's start talking about comics. Right, where to begin? Okay. Right, Xfoce issue 22. I have loved Uncanny Xforce. I mean, I enjoyed the original Xforce. When I say the original, I mean the previous incarnation where Wolverine was part of it and everything. And this Uncanny Xforce run has been really good. But at the moment, this storyline where they're in the Outworld with the Captain Britain Corps, and you know, I haven't been a big fan of this storyline so far. It's Remender. He's oh, my phone's just made a noise. Oh well, whatever. It's well written. But I'm just not into it as much, just because of the storyline. You know, they're a sort of Black Ops assassin team, you know, and they're in sort of a magical realm now. I mean, there's some brilliant ideas here, how you know, Phantom X is being put on trial and whatnot, and you know, the character of Psylocke being explored much more deeply, which is always good. And you know, a lot of the and the inclusion of the Age of Apocalypse Nightcrawler is a nice addition. One good thing Remender seems to do is he's able to give sort of each character a nice moment. He doesn't just centre on one character for the entire issue, although this is clearly Psylocke's story. And it's enjoyable. Now, this is a personal taste thing, because the artwork previously has been so good. Ticini's artwork, I'm just not a huge fan of. I'm really not. It's a bit too muddy for my liking. The composition itself is actually really nice angles. But just the style itself, I'm just not a huge fan of. That said, it's an enjoyable read. Uncanny X-Force, you know, real surprise hit. You know, it could have just been your straightforward hack and slash kind of storyline, or book even. But this is enjoyable. I think one thing it that damages it is the Dark Angel, the Dark Archangel saga, the previous storyline, was so good. I mean, it really was good, that it kind of overshadows this slightly. But this is still a quality book. It really is. I'm just not a huge fan of the art. Sticking with Wolverine, because you know, despite me trimming my sideburns a little bit, I still love Wolverine. Right, Wolverine 301. This is carrying on the storyline with Wolverine going back to Japan, fighting ninjas, fighting Sabretooth, same old. Let me just stop there. It doesn't matter that he's back in Japan fighting ninjas, and it is done so well. There's a new twist on it. I mean, for a start, we haven't seen Sabretooth in a while, since Wolverine lopped off his head. And there's going to be a mini-series which explains it somehow. The Hand probably resurrected him, even though, according to comic book continuity, they can't really resurrect anyone if their head's been cut off. Although they did manage to resurrect the Gorgon, who was turned into dust, but blah blah blah. Anyway, Aaron, he knows how to do Wolverine. This story, the previous issue 300, was actually much better. I mean, one of the big reasons why it had Cuba on artwork. But and that said, Billy Tan and Jason Keith's artwork in this is really good. It's just in some of the other artists, Steve Sanders and Sotokola, or whatever, their artwork isn't that great. Basically, throughout, to cut a long story short, the artwork isn't very consistent in this issue, and I do find that that damages the book slightly. But it's just such a fun, cool roller coaster ride. I mean, as I say, it doesn't seem too original, but it kind of is. There's a war between the Yakuza and the Hand. Wolverine's involved. We've got Sabretooth back, and I'm sorry, it's great to have Sabretooth back. It really is. I wasn't a big fan of the whole Romulus thing, you know, so it's you know, because Sabretooth was always a good character in his own right, if written well. Didn't necessarily even need to be a Wolverine villain. You know, villains and being a villain in other storylines, still really good. But this is great. We've got the introduction of a new Silver Samurai, and you know, this isn't too deep or meaningful or anything, but it's just a real fun roller coaster ride of a comic. I mean, there's a really cool bit where Wolverine and this guy have a sword fight, and they don't even actually have a fight. They just sort of stare at each other, have the fight in each other's minds, and nice little touches like that. You know, it's really good. Aaron knows what he's doing. He really does. So once again, this is really good. And the enjoyable thing about reading a good Wolverine comic is, because he's such like a popular character, where basically you can stick Wolverine on the cover and people will end up buying it. And often they're quite disappointing stories. You know, hey, sometimes he only appears in one panel despite being all over the front page. So, but no, this is really enjoyable, really good stuff. Strongly recommended. What shall I talk about next? Oh, very quickly. Okay, Xfactor 232. Okay, at the moment, this storyline centers on Jamie Madrox jumping through various dimensions and whatnot, and yeah, just really good. I mean, it's not hugely original. We've all had storylines where you know, characters go from various dimensions. It's kind of a Quantum Leap-esque storyline at the moment, but it's really well written. I mean, it's Peter David. He knows how to write Xfactor. Peter David is such a brilliant writer. He really is. He's one of those underrated ones, you know. I sometimes feel like he should be given more, but then almost as if he was given too much, or given sort of like a bigger title where he wouldn't be allowed to sort of do his own thing, the writing may suffer. But you know, I've always said, try and give Xfactor a go. Try and get to a point where it's the beginning of a story arc and jump right in, because it's not always reader friendly, but at first reader friendly, but really good stuff. And the artwork was good as well. Emmanuel Lupacino. But yeah, really good stuff. I haven't really explained the book that much, but I don't need to. It's just bloody good. Do I have enough time for another one? I haven't really been paying attention to the time, and I'm one of these people that can't figure out how to do a video past 10 minutes. I just can't do it. In fact, I'll stop there, and I'm going to do another video in a minute. Anyway, see you later, guys. Bye.